Well, I think our grit story really starts with what we're talking about with COVID-19. And like we had all of our Vision 2020 and all these big plans. And then all of a sudden the world got turned upside down and we needed to figure out how to stay on track.
Mm-hmm.
So that's part of our grit story is like just sticking to the plan and continuing to go every single day and make the touches to the customer every day and making sure that we're sending out our cards every week, making sure
Mm-hmm.
we're following up on our shipments like we were before. And we did. Everybody dug in deep and got it done.
Well, I think it was interesting how we kept everyone engaged, right? So, and I think people became more engaged during COVID and working from home. And I'm wondering if some of that was because they're all not sure, right? So just embracing the support that they were getting from all of us more than they typically may have, right? Because they needed guidance and direction. And because you guys had that strategic plan already in place, you just pulled out the plan and were like, okay, we're just going to follow the plan. And then the rest of the team was like, okay, we're just going to follow you as you follow the plan. And it was like everyone just kind of, it all
Well,
fell into
I think we also forced us to go back to the plan to say, oh, geez, that plan was pretty good and we're really on it. And
Mhm.
if our communication got better because people just didn't go to their desk and, okay, I'm here at work and let me open my email and get the day started. We actually had
Mm.
a daily, weekly plan, follow up what's working, what's not, and the communication is so much better. And that's what we learned was that communication was really important.
Right. And you bring up a point that made me think of intention, right? So they didn't just get to their home offices and say, okay, I just got to do my daily grind. We gave them intention and purpose and meaning for what they were doing every day. When people have purpose and meaning for what they're doing in their day to day lives, they're much more in it, right?
Mhm.
They're in it, engaged in it, because it has a greater sense of intention, for lack of a better
Yeah,
word.
and they've got a list in their journal of, oh,
Yeah.
these are the things I need to accomplish today, giving them that intention and that purpose and those things that they can write down on a daily basis has been great. And then they've been executing on it too.
Right. I think we've talked about this a little bit before, but people, unless you're a true entrepreneur, if you are a person in a business, working for a business, you need guidance, right? You need someone to tell you what to do typically. And so until you've developed that leadership sense for yourself. And so I think that was something that was provided to the team also. And I think what the leadership team did here at Port X was kept that sense of stability and focus and gave people kind of like, okay, do this. This is what you need to do, and then everything will be okay. And then supported that process along the way.
Everybody needs that though.
I feel like you have catapulted the leadership team, and the team itself has really catapulted to a level I don't think I could have moved you guys as a support without the pandemic, to be quite honest. I think
No,
it
wouldn't have happened.
shifted mindset, it put
Yeah.
people in crisis mode, it put people in do mode, like let's get this done, like we got to stay.
Gratification too, like, hey, we have a job, we're making money, we're successful.
Yeah.
Let's see this through. Everybody had a little jolt
Mhm.
of fear, I think, which did catapult them forward. But the other things were things that were on the Vision 2020.
Mhm.
One was our technology adoption and our turbo adoption. And
I guess my question for you would be, what shifts did you see in the leadership team?
the one that took some time, but what we've talked about and we've worked on over the last specifically, I think 2 months is trust, right? That
Hmm.
feeling of I need to control everything. And
Hmm.
now we're giving people rope to allow them to do more and they are doing more. They're reaching out to customers more. They're taking on more responsibility.
Hmm.
And we came from a group of logistics professionals, but we were mostly doers.
Hmm.
Everybody on our team was awesome doers, and it takes a lot of um, time to develop that trust. And sometimes, you know, the only way that you can develop that trust is well, I don't have a choice, right?
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
choice. And, I think the leadership team has, I think, seen that and seen everybody at the Port X team, because of our culture, is like they're fully engaged to do what's right for
Mhm.
their team, their family, and their customers.
What did you learn about yourself as a leader during this experience?
Um, I don't know. I learned that not traveling doesn't give me a whole lot of juice on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Um, And, I tried to be, as much as I can, fairly hands off with everything. And I was a little bit more involved on a day-to-day basis with the calls and the direction and some of the leadership. And for me, that was, um, something that I really enjoyed doing.
Hmm.
And I think it kind of filled the void for me on the juice from seeing the customers in the field. But
Hmm.
hopefully, all of the team members got to hear from me more often, know me a little bit better,
Hmm.
know our culture, our direction a little bit better, and I think we did a pretty good job delivering that vision. So everybody kind of knew where we wanted to go.
From my experience, I think that was a huge piece of bringing the whole thing together, just that open communication and involving you in the talking about the vision and involving like some transparency about numbers and goals.
Ultimate goal at the end of it isn't we'll just do what BK says. We'll just wait until he'll just tell us what to do. Like we
Yeah.
need to have that balance between delivering the vision,
Yep.
and then giving them the rope to execute. And what is that fine line? And it probably changes over time. There's adjustments that are made along the way, but I stick to the plan.
Yeah.
And that is the one thing that I don't do, is I don't just shotgun all over the place.
Yeah.
And we make that plan and we just stair step, stair step, stair step. And I think that's where I really help them, is
Hmm.
not getting lost on yesterday they had a bad day and this thing went wrong. So then they move this direction and shift a little bit, and then something else happens and they shift over here. So I think I help them, stay in their lanes and stay on the path and keep marching up the mountain.
Yes. Agreed. And I think that everybody still needs that, right? Because most people don't have that grit. And I think it's kind of like you have that strategic competitive focus, right? And so other people can get waylaid by distractions, as you call it, or the head chatter. So I think just continuing to integrate the necessity of the business journal and the necessity of following the plan, because that plan can't be the plan forever. It's
Mhm.
worked now, but maybe now that we've learned and we've grown through like a major world crisis, okay, this is where we can really shine and be better. So maybe going back to that one more time at the retreat and saying, okay, where do we need to tweak it a little bit? I don't know if you see any value in that.
I do, yeah. And always looking, where is we'll go to the growth strategy. Is what we're doing going to get us? It's gotten us this far. Is it going to get us to the next step? And it
Right.
may or it may not. And there's some conversation and there's some pros and cons to both. But
Mhm.
um, that is something I think definitely worth readdressing and at least brainstorming. What other ideas are out there? For me, I always consider the end game too, right? So what's your end game? What do you want the end of your book to look like? How do you want to wrap this thing up?
Yeah.
And I've often been asked, well, I see this company going and getting all this venture capital, and I see this company, growing by 5,000% a year and going public, and I see this company doing this. Well, I don't really give a shit about any of those companies because
Hmm.
they don't have the same end game, right?
Yeah.
So to me, my end game is we're creating this culture, this service, this tech, this family, and we need to maintain that, but yet continue to grow and grow to a size, year after year, that we continue to create more opportunities for the people.
Anything is possible, right? If you put your mind to something, you can create anything you want. And that's really what the whole leadership program is about. Like, put your mind to it, use your grit, use your discomfort to get you to the next level. So Brian and I want to thank you for taking time to listen to our video today about the Portex story of grit. We appreciate your time. Hopefully we've provided you with some valuable insights as you lead your team. through the day-to-day challenges of business. Stay tuned for more up-and-coming stories as he and I share our experiences of being in business with each other. You can find us on portexlogistics.com or dionnekress.com for future videos and stories.